As you know, we have two poets tonight from the North Wales publisher Cinnamon Press, and first I'm delighted to introduce Joan Hewitt, who lectures in creative writing at Northumbria University, even though she does have strong links with Liverpool. And Joan is going to be reading from her first and recently published book, Missing the Eclipse. Joan.
I just correct one thing. I don't lecture in creative writing. I teach English as a foreign language. I just said to Scott, I couldn't lecture in creative writing because it would mean encouraging other people's talent, and there's too many of them out there. So, you know, I'm being really selfish here. I'm just going to read the first poem straight and then tell you a little bit about it afterwards. Can you hear okay? Is that right? It's called Commuter Moon. She was high tonight, he saw at once, as he walked out of the station, dilated, looming woozily towards him, away from the buttoned-up stars. She had to be on something, to get herself and the street so lit up and so perfect. For once, doing the job, he thought, avoiding her gaze. Blue lawns, long shadows, rime on the roof of his house, cats on the wall gleaming like ornaments. For his taste, a little too film set, the way she turned his briefcase leather to patent, his coat to velvet. Even the luminous blonde hair of his daughter running to meet him, which, as he swung her, fell cold as snow on his face. Behind her, the moon was too close and voluptuous. Hard, closing the study door on their ache for approval. But he had papers to read, an agenda to write. At midnight, he went for a walk to unwind and found her still up by the pier, blank, motionless over spectacular light. Someone must have been at her, then cleaned her up, dosed her. The sea was a credit, though, a backdrop to nothing. It's become a bit of a truism that poets say, I didn't know what this poem meant until I read it. So I'm going to say it. I thought it was a poem about my then husband, and I thought it was a poem about him having a lot of work to do and not enough time for the family. And when I'd written it about a month later, I thought, it's about me as well. I don't think I've got enough time for the family, and I come home from work and I want to go for a walk under the moon, and I wish I had more time to play with my daughters. So I think you learn a kind of humility sometimes, that you think there's something about yourself in every poem, and the truth is somewhere in a composite. Okay. Sounds a bit pretentious, so I shall shut up. I'm moving on now to a poem called Proof. I discovered that Brendan Connelly, the very talented Irish poet, had written one called Proof before me. Damn. And I did base this. I have to say I was inspired by a brilliant film called Proof, an Australian film, with the very early Russell Crowe. Has anyone seen it? Yeah, it's a fantastic film. You can get it out of Blockbusters, and it's about a blind photographer, and this photographer was really messed up by his mother, because as a child he would take pictures with his little brownie camera and then say to her, what can you see? And once he discovered she had lied to him about what they could see through the window, what she could see. So he distrusted reality, and he got the delectable Russell Crowe as Andy to tell him what he could see. And Russell was a lot nicer then, but we all were, I think. Okay. So, Proof. Finally, I take a photograph of myself naked in the mirror, taking a photograph of myself naked in the mirror for you. I didn't send it. The camera strap, skimming one nipple, looked contrived, and I threw it in the bin. When I was with you, I remember how it was easy to be natural. Best fucking apple I ever ate, you groaned as I moved off you. 2 sets of teeth marks in the core, a pip in the hollow of your neck. Lately, I worry that you forget what I am really like and invent me nightly out of telephone static, distance, longing. I post the video of me, baggy trousers, cardigan and unwashed fringe. Your letter back is lying on a bowl of fruit. Thanks, I love it. Now stop doing this. Tonight, go into the darkest room, lie on the floor, light the same candle, wait for my call. And it's the title. I'm going to offer a prize of a coffee if anybody can complete the title. From the fury of the Northmen, O Lord. You're not allowed to say it, okay. Okay, it's... Anybody got it? From the fury of the Northmen, O Lord, deliver us, is apparently what the Brits used to say when the Vikings were raiding. Okay. From the fury of the Northmen, O Lord. In Denmark, your mother insists we run barefoot. So every morning you sleep on, while she and I pound the cold, hard sand, jarring our spines under an iron sky. The North Sea snaps at my ankles, which on day 3 swell up like mushrooms. In the afternoons, your parents stride ahead. You are their long-haired Viking prince, and I your little mermaid, hobbling on knives. You slow down for me, blank-faced, when a one-legged sailor overtakes me and thumps on crutches towards the dunes. Your father's outburst over my eating salad with my fingers cools and hardens. The sunsets, he agrees, make up for everything. Before the nightly board games, we stand without a drink in hand outside the cottage for the spectacle which the sky unfailingly puts on. It only takes, in all the fiery gold, one darker fishmail cloud, and there's his armour, Svein Forkbeard, impaler of English women, challenging his father Harald, son of Gorm. Encased in iron and drunk as lords, they're dragged beneath excited, bloody waves.